One of the most infamous cold case murders may soon be solved. It involves 4 African Americans who were tortured and lynched, and this happened in 1946 in Walton County. We have all read about this horrific story. It occurred on the old Moores Ford Bridge. No one was ever convicted, and Monday a federal appeals court in Atlanta ruled it is time to unseal the secret grand jury transcripts on the investigation from all those decades ago. 11 Alive's John Chiric looks into what that could mean in this unsolved case.
It's a horrific crime that haunts this state still, despite marches and prayers and reenactments of the murders. Generations of people pushing for answers, for justice. July 1946, on the old Moores Ford Bridge across the Appalachia River in Walton County, a white mob attacked 2 African-American couples in their 20s, tortured them and shot and killed them, and left their bodies hanging from trees. Who lynched them? George and May Dorsey and Roger and Dorothy Malcolm. Weeks later, a grand jury met for 16 days, but the grand jurors indicted no one.
The jury was rigged and the witnesses were lying.
Now historian and author Anthony Pitch, speaking with me from his home in Maryland, has convinced a federal appeals court in Atlanta to unseal the secret grand jury transcripts for the first time after more than 72 years.
My gut feeling is that they will contain something explosive. My hope is that we will finally shed light on who did it.
Pitch says FBI agents at the time were running into a wall of silence and intimidation. They've never been able to crack that wall open. New Jersey attorney Joseph J. Bell, who successfully argued Anthony Pitch's case before the federal courts, hopes the grand jury transcripts will expose who was hiding what.
Sunshine being the best disinfectant, why can't we find out what really occurred? And I think with the release of the grand jury transcripts, it may give us that answer.
Of course they're dead now. I was expecting deathbed confessions. They didn't give them. It's not for us, it's for future generations to know the truth.
Federal prosecutors will now decide whether to appeal the ruling or let the ruling stand, to let us all inside that grand jury room and maybe awaken secrets that have protected the guilty for more than 72 years so far.
About a 3-hour drive from Atlanta, there is a memorial dedicated to the victims of lynching and white supremacy. The National Memorial for Peace and Justice has recently opened to the public in Montgomery. A very moving, very, very moving. There's so many stories that we have seen over the months about this is a special place and one that should be seen by everyone. The 6-acre site overlooks the Alabama State Capitol, and it documents nearly 4,400 lynchings across the South.